It's already Sunday. I was just Wednesday, and the last thing I was doing, I just did an introduction, and here we are. If you're not listening to last week, is this Wednesday's episode was introduction to this week's poem. So whatever number this episode is, the number before it is an introduction in prose, so you should definitely try that one out. Introduction, it's already somewhere else. So here it is. The scientists turned science into another dumb religion. The greatest religion of the new millennium. Scientific fundamentalism. In with the microscope, out with the candelabra. Now recruiting rationalists for our materialistic dogma. Space-time was born with a bang, accidentally. 14 billion years of futures past present, fundamentally. Having all evolved from one warm puddle. And here the hard problem still has us all befuddled. Accidental though we all appear to be, carbon and water turned into genetic memory. Fish, amphibians, mammals, then very small hominids. We don't acknowledge Dashavatara. We gave all credit to the Darwinists. After consciousness formed our big, smart brains, we decided that must be where consciousness is made. In here we deny where, how, and why it's felt. We deem unworthy the study of the experience itself. You say the mechanics of life, love, art, and beauty are projected onto the experiencer's screen like a movie. We think the experience knows what the experiencers don't. The only way to know a man is to cut him open, head to toe. Dissect the body, the energy, the emotion, and the mind. Dissect the water and the earth, dissect the air and the fire. Immaterial things are a waste of our dissection of space-time. It's not our jobs to experience, but to present our dissections of this life. If you wish to join us in here, you will be required to take one humongous, unironic leap of faith. Consensus reality must be touched, heard, or seen. We've made strict laws of this capricious belief. We've made constant all the universe's inconsistencies. We've made permanence of all the world's transient things. This mustn't be that, here mustn't be there. Speed of light appears constant, must be true everywhere. So what if electrons are here and there at the same time? Our world is as hard as our own stubborn minds. So what if we're hurling through space like an electron cloud? Stop presenting obstacles, we have it all figured out. So your body remembers your grandfather's disease, remembers his traumas, his looks, and every breath he breathed. So we know there's more memory in a single strand of DNA, but we're certain all memories are stored in the brain. Yesterday and tomorrow mustn't be tricks of the mind. Time is surely linear. Our memories wouldn't lie. We memorize more facts than most memories will hold. Our memories are how we convince society to think that we know. If anyone attempts to know what cannot be seen, unscientific she and he will be deemed. Her grant money will be abruptly taken away. Unallegorically, she will be burned at the stake. We already categorized all life by taxonomy. The only way to know life is to classify its biology. Drawing certainties from the rubble of the past, archaeologically, we already wrote the history of humanity's odyssey, prodigally. If new ideas and new insights are your colloquies, calling, go join the useless idiots in the philosophy department. Anyone who attempts experiments in metaphysics or ontology will promptly be given a right brain lobotomy. The left brain hemisphere is the only one with a purpose. We use logic and deduction to discern the world's inner workings. We dissect the earth just as we do human corpses. We supply government and business with brand new resources. We poke, prod, plunder, and pillage every crevasse and crack. We present it to humanity as progress, equipped with new existential facts. The sun is a ball of gas and Earth is an unconscious rock. Your sentience is an accidental physical phenomenon, or else your serotonin needs to be blocked. But all ideas come from the right brain hemisphere. Nope, all ideas come from deduction in here. But even Einstein attributed his ideas to intuition. We refuse to acknowledge your woo-woo mysticism. Why, then, is there anything anywhere at all? Perhaps a rock in the multiverse had a great fall? Well, what motivates being to keep on being? Dissecting the touching and hearing and seeing. But why does that cockroach have a great will to live? Desire and will are immaterial, and material is all there is. But there's desire to be in every grain of sand. Take your Platonic panpsychism back to Never Never Land. So what is the consensus on human emotion? Well, we put a drop of water on a slide, and now we know the whole ocean. Perception imprints on folds of the physical brain. If you experience anything outside of this, we deem you insane. But doesn't neuroscience repeatedly disprove cognitive, behavioral, and scientific follyology? Perhaps, but the magnificent miracle of the human mind must fit into preconceived notions of psychology. We made pills to regulate your emotions in their physical chemical form by comparing and contrasting you to societal norms. We created the paradigm of human health. Existential dread of materialistic nihilism can't be seen, so it mustn't be felt. But the nihilistic paradigm is destroying Mother Earth. Just take your pills, shut your mouth, and get back to work. But that paradigm pushes us further and further from truth. You're fired. Earth is an object, and so are you. If new things are discovered or new ideas come around, we'll make sure your new insights and ideas can't be found. We have our timeline, our paradigm, and we'll tell you what's real. Our consensus is the only reality, no matter what else you experience or feel. Our physics can talk, but our physicians won't listen. None of our old paradigms will be faced with new resistance. We remain in one space, one time, and one dimension. Our dogma won't be entangled with spooky action at a distance. If you want creativity, join the artists, inventors, and engineers. Only one empirical truth is allowed in here. In here, we use facts to deduce and deduce and deduce. We only believe physical data with physical proof. We don't allow experiments on the nature of being unless they involve touching, hearing, and seeing. If you join us in here, you already know what's in store. Leave your spirit, your soul, and your being at the door. We are the mainstream. No one else can compete. We monopolize truth, and all else is belief. The human is a machine, just a fluke of fate. So we evolved larger lobes than the other lesser apes. We know historically truth comes from outside the tribe, yet we base the old outsiders' truths on our modern lies. We pretend we're as certain as the gospel we preach, but we blaspheme science with every faithful leap. We're academics. We make up the rules. Outsiders beware. We'll make the whole world believe you're fools. You can't even get a job without a lifetime's debt to us. And our institutions are the only one the world trusts. You may think it irrational to treat human beings this way, but we academics treat each other exactly the same. Disparaging polarities, tribalism, infighting, and hate. We refuse to acknowledge that we're all irrational animals stuck within the illogical conundrum of time and space. We rationalists all claim to be led by the facts. But tell the rationalist he's wrong and see how he reacts. His emotions are what led him to the now and the here, with his illogical desires and his irrational fears. Science is a tool and one which cannot fail. But does anyone believe in a hammer or disbelieve a nail? We made science into doctrine and threw away the tool. Our nihilistic materialism has indoctrinated every school. The greatest tool ever known to man, we homogenized into dogma to fit the world in a grain of sand. Yes, science is the greatest of all God's inventions, but the scientists turned it into another dumb religion. What our modern society refers to as the Enlightenment era, mystics have termed the Dark Age, or Kali Yuga. Look it up. Smart people across the world will profess scientific certainties, and most of the people will become certain of those certainties. But the quest for truth begins when we realize, I know nothing.